This is my honest review of Continuum. Hi there, I'm Victor. If you like this video, or if you have any questions or comments, please do so in the comment section below, and also please subscribe to my channel. This is my review of Continuum from the vendor Jono Armstrong. In this review, we'll look at the sales page, I'll take you in, and I'll basically do a quick slideshow demo of the software and conclude with my recommendation and why. So let's just get on to it. The sales page, basically normal sales page, hype, push and pull on tug of dreams and wishing for an easy button out there. Even Jono in this video that he has on the sales page says that it took a lot of effort and time and work to be able to create this product. What is the product and everything? So basically, Continuum is an online auto webinar software along with some training on how to get traffic, paid traffic mostly, for people interested in up to 3 pre-existing high-cost or high-ticket online training systems so that you can be an affiliate of those systems. It says that it's for beginners in the make money online business world. And like I said, going through the sales page here, basically it's the normal push and pull on dreams and wishing for an easy button. You know, this right here talking about, oh, it's so hard and everything, especially when you're starting out. And then it talks about, oh, don't you want to be like these really successful people? And they basically use webinars, but it takes a lot of effort and hard time to put one together. But we put some together, so don't you want to use ours? And you can use our software and everything to do that. And so Continuum basically is software and training to be able to point people, traffic, to certain webinars that already exist. On the front end, it's going to basically be 3 webinars, I believe is what the limit is. And then you have to unlock other things if you want more. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the sales page. They have another demo on the sales page too, which is basically the demo that I'm going to show you. Here's the basic sales funnel as far as the pricing and everything. The front end, $17. I think there might be a coupon on the first day or so for like maybe $5 off or something. But then you have all of this back and forth with the upsells and the downsells. And basically what they are to open up different things. So with the upgrade, you get a few more features and you have some more webinars, more high-ticket items, offers that you can make or use and try and sell and everything. That's what you have. And then you also have ultimately the licensing type of a thing. In the software itself, basically 2 sides of it. One side is the training side. The other side is the software, the webinar, auto webinar side, where things are set up. So on the training side, you log in and there's different buttons here and they unfold as you select them and have different training that you can get. And so there'll be a short video to explain what you're going to do after you've gone through the different training and setting all the different things up. Because basically to run ads in Google Ads and stuff, you need to be able to set your pages up in a certain way. You can't go directly to an affiliate link kind of a thing. Google Ads doesn't really like that. And so they teach you how to set things up so that you can create the right pages and everything that you can actually use in advertising and ultimately get a person to come to the webinars. All of that information, the training is here on how to do that step by step, including how to do the ads and using keywords and everything. And then to get into the actual webinar software and system itself, you click this button here that says access the Continuum app. And when you do that, you're taken to inside of the Continuum app itself. And this is where you go and actually set up a webinar that's an auto webinar, so that this is where you'll end up leading people to through the other pages and everything. As we go through this, if we click create auto webinar, it loads up and you can go ahead and start making some settings and adjusting settings for the auto webinar. You give it a title and everything. You see the basic settings are going to fall into these categories here. So you have some basic settings, title, description. You can upload a picture for the photo for the event. Now for a source video, you can actually create your own webinar. You can use your own video and everything, but it makes sense to use something that works. They have their videos that obviously work and everything if you like what their products are. And I'll get into that in a little bit, but okay, so you can select the different things that become the webinar, the other settings, like I said, that you can choose from. And here you can select the video clips, add media from content directory. And when you click on that, you can select the existing videos, or you can go ahead and bring in your own. So there's 3 basic offers that you can use initially on the front end, which included John Crestani, the Wi-Fi Prophets one, and also Jono's own Ministry of Freedom high ticket offer and everything. And then you continue with other settings that you can make changes and tweaks to things as far as when stuff's going to run. Is it going to be a one-time thing, or is it going to be a reoccurring thing? You can send notifications. You know, these are the normal settings that you see in webinars out there, and they've tried to streamline them. And then coming here to the customized layout, you can change as far as some of the templates and stuff, as far as the emails that go out when someone signs up for a webinar, that initial email and the different emails of thank yous and different other things, as well as a logo. And then here, participants, they have things set up here in such a way that you could actually like add an email here and click send invite and just directly send an invitation to the webinar directly to an individual. Or even if you had an email list, you could actually import a CSV of the emails and send everybody. Like if I had a group that wanted to listen to my webinars or webinars that I wanted to promote, I guess I could do that. I'd be careful to do that to a group of people that that did not say they wanted to see my webinar, right? There's a reason that opt-ins and all that other stuff exist out there, and you don't want to spam people. Anyway, but those are some of the features there. And they also have some of these other settings, although I don't know that they're necessarily automatically available on the front end. I think one of the upsells gives you the ability for the chat settings, where they have the fake robot chat type stuff where it's like it looks like there's people actually chatting during the webinar, even though nobody's really chatting, like nobody's there because it's a recording. I don't know. Anyway, but it's available. Autoresponders, you can select your autoresponder. I think they have it get response, Aweber, and different other things that you can choose or set up in the system so that then you can use them with it. Different emails that they have, the reminder emails and stuff, you can actually go in and edit the templates that they have, as well as when to send each one. So here's one, and you can change the date format. You can send it before the webinar, you know, the email that comes after a webinar, all of that kind of a thing. And then extras, what happens after the webinar, or what happens, you know, during the webinar, like when does the button pop up that says, okay, now that you've heard this, everything they got to say, don't you want to buy in? Don't you want to go ahead and get their training, or whatever it is the call to action is, right? All of that they're just different settings that you can choose and everything here. And then here you can also choose, like, okay, when they click on the button, the call to action and everything. Well, obviously, here's 3 of them that I was mentioning earlier. So the Ministry of Freedom is Jono Armstrong, SAS is John Crestani, and then there's this Wi-Fi Prophets one. You select the one that goes along with the webinar that you have, right? The end time and the start time here is so that you can actually say, okay, toward the end of the webinar, like when do you want the button to first show up, and then when do you want it to go away? So if you're telling people, okay, the button's going to be available for the next 10 minutes, well, after 10 minutes, you want it to go away, right? So the settings are here and everything. That's basically it as far as the demo and everything. And I think it's pretty straightforward. Some of the different questions that I think I would want to ask, or that I would want to pose to anyone who wants to consider it, right? I know for me, as far as the sales page, it's a normal sales page with hope and hype that pull on my dreams and push on my easy buttons, right? Maybe you know what I mean by that. It looks like the software will do what it says. There's definitely some work to it in the sense of you need to set things up. You need to set them up right. They're going to have training on how to do Google Ads and stuff. Like I said, Google Ads it can be tricky. Any major paid ads can be tricky as far as learning what works and doesn't work. This begins to teach you how to use Google Ads as a source of paid traffic, but there is a learning curve and there's additional cost. They might even mention that you could get a voucher for Google Ads. I've gotten vouchers in the past myself, and normally it's like maybe you pay 11 or whatever dollars for a $100 coupon for Google Ads, but in order for the $100 coupon to kick in, you got to spend at least $25 or something like that. And that's depends on the voucher and Google Ads and everything. But I'm just letting you know there's additional cost. This can probably make some money for a short term, but there are other costs. So if you don't have a budget for ad spend, this may not be a good fit for you. Decide if you want to sell the big ticket offers or not. If the answer is no, then this is probably not a good fit for you. If you don't want to sell Ministry of Freedom or John Castani stuff or the Wi-Fi Prophet stuff or whatever that is, if you're not interested in promoting those things, then this probably isn't a good fit, really, because those are the main things that kind of come with it, kind of thing. And just because people want to spend money on something, just because I know someone will buy something, doesn't mean I'm going to sell something. That's a personal thing. And if I'm going to build an online business in my name or for myself or for my family, then I need to do it based on what I believe. So just because somebody says, hey, you can make money at this, don't you want to do it? When I hear that, that doesn't mean I necessarily want to do it, because there's plenty of people selling plenty of stuff that is not stuff I want to promote. Or maybe it promotes stuff that doesn't help people in the long run. And if I know that up front, then I'm not going to promote and sell that stuff either. Anyway, I'm just saying, you might want to consider, is this stuff that you want to sell or not? If the answer is no, then this probably isn't for you. And then also just be cautious about the Google Ads and Google Ad accounts. If your Google account gets shut down, well, it doesn't hurt anybody else, but it stops you from being able to use Google Ads, right? So I would recommend going and reading the policies that Google has about affiliate marketing and advertising and landing pages and stuff like that, just so you're familiar with it. They have a 60-day money-back guarantee, they say. I don't really recommend this for newbies. I hope that this this review has helped you in some way, and maybe it'll save you some time, and maybe it'll save you some money as far as what it is and what the software is that's being offered. For some training that I've looked into that I think could have some definite potential and everything, and promote things that are not necessarily shiny objects and stuff, you can look at my link below. Otherwise, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below. If you like the review, please give it a thumbs up and hopefully go ahead and subscribe to my channel.